Alright, what's going on everyone out there on YouTube, NES Ruler, and welcome to a brand new review. And this time we'll be checking out a film that was sent to me to review by Virgil Films, and it's a documentary titled Outatime, Saving the Delorean Time Machine. So there's been a few Back to the Future documentaries that have came out over the past year or so. I know there was another one that was more revolved around just the Back to the Future culture and the impact that the film had on society in general. And I saw that Runny came out, and I enjoyed it, and I, went on, and then I saw that this was coming out, and I was really curious to see this one, because this one just focuses on the restoration of the DeLorean, and how the DeLorean was treated since 1985, and how recently Universal contacted these really huge super fans who made their own DeLoreans, and they decided to have it restored. And that's where this film follows. So basically, back in 1985, they created 3 DeLoreans. They had an A car, a B car, and a C car. Now, the A car was the most detailed DeLorean out of the 3. It had all the gadgets, all the gizmos. It was mainly used for close-ups when it comes out of the back of the truck in the beginning. That's the A car. It's the cream of the crop of the DeLoreans. And then you had the B car, and the B car was used for stunts and things like that. It wasn't as detailed as the A car, but it still had the things on it that when you saw it from a long take or a long shot, you'd be able to, not a long take, a long shot, you'd be able to, see some of the things that was on the A car. And then you had the C car, and this was the DeLorean that was cut in half so the camera could be placed inside of the car. And it was basically, just a half of a DeLorean. And as time went on, the A car moved to Universal Hollywood and in front of the Back to the Future ride, which I missed. That ride was freaking awesome. And, people could go up to it, touch it, stand in front of it, take pictures, and all that kind of stuff. And over time, things got stolen and got beat to crap and things like that. And then you got the B car, which was destroyed at the end of Back to the Future 3 with the train. So that's gone. And the C car, it just got dismantled because it was basically just a half of a DeLorean. So the A car, it did its time when Back to the Future the ride was open. There was an actor who played Doc Brown who has a major part in this documentary. They talked to him a lot. That was one of the more interesting parts of the documentary, I have to say, listening to this guy who played Doc Brown for so many years at Universal. So, up until Back to the Future ride was open, the DeLorean was placed in front of the ride, and then when the ride closed, they put the DeLorean in the back lot. And this was a prop car, it wasn't meant to be outside and withstanding the elements like it was. And people who had access to the back lot would go inside, the doors were open, steal things and like that. And Bob Gale, who you guys know who was the producer of Back to the Future, really complained to Universal to restore the car, and that's where the restoration happens. So that's like the good 30 minutes of the short documentary. It's only 63 minutes, and the last half is about the restoration, having to find some of the parts that were basically just found in surplus shops, and it was so hard because the guy who was in charge of the restoration really wanted everything to be exactly right. Everything, the wires, everything needed to look exactly right, and if they couldn't find the original, then they would have to build replicas, and they actually found a lot of parts that people stole from the DeLorean back when it was at Universal and things like that. So that was really interesting. But overall, I really just found the story of the DeLorean a lot more interesting than the restoration. And, like I said, it's a short documentary. It's nothing amazing. It's not like, wow, I want to watch this again. It's just a really intriguing one-time watch if you're into Back to the Future and you appreciate pretty much the greatest movie car who ever graced the screen, and you appreciate seeing it get brought back into its form of glory. And today you could go and see it at Universal. It's in a museum in glass, and it's climate controlled and all that kind of stuff. So it's really a cool story that Universal was willing to pay for a year-long restoration of this car. So overall, this release is good. We have some features. We got a commentary with the director and one of the restoration is. Then we have a deleted scene, so those were interesting. And then we have the world premiere, which is like a 4-minute featurette where they showed the documentary and the actual church where the Enchantment Under the Sea dance took place. And then we just have some more featurettes, photo galleries and trailers. So, there's some good features on here. Like I said, it's not that long of a documentary, so I don't know if I would fork out a boatload of money for it, but it was interesting for what it is. If you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. I found it interesting. Like I said, it wasn't the best documentary, but I enjoyed it for what it was. So thank you again, everybody, for watching. If you guys like this video, as always, give it a thumbs up. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESRuler22. Hope everybody's doing well, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See you guys.